subscriber number 2. It's been a while, but I'm back with my Quentin Tarantino DVD collection. And I'm just going to go through them and say a little something to every one of them. And I have some notes on this notebook here, so I can remember what I wanted to say. Shall we start with, sorry, I'm hungry, with Tarantino's first feature-length film, Reservoir Dogs. I hope you can see this. I can't really see what I'm filming because I've got my phone propped against something else. Oh, and also I'm testing a binaural function of my mic, so you should be hearing this on the left side and this on the right side. The left side. The right side. So, Reservoir Dogs was released in 1992, and it was Quentin Tarantino's feature-length directorial debut, and it's about a heist gone wrong, essentially. I think there are 6 men pulling off a heist, and one of them is a cop, unfortunately. I like the fact that the 6 men have names like Mr. Pink, Mr. Brown, Mr. White. I think that's quite funny. And so they don't know which one is the cop, and the plot of the heist, which went wrong, is revealed slowly throughout the movie by using dialogue, which is very typical of Tarantino to use dialogue to reveal the plot of a movie instead of showing the action. And of course there's lots of violence, crime, pop culture reference, profanity, and what I think is very effectively used in this film is non-linear storytelling. This is definitely one of my favourite Tarantino films. Next up, in 1997, came Pulp Fiction, which is of course a classic, starring John Travolta, Uma Thurman, Samuel L. Jackson, and Bruce Willis. And this one is another great example of non-linear storytelling, and once again, a revolutionary use of dialogue in storytelling in movies. And many would consider this Quentin Tarantino's magnum opus. In 1997, Jackie Brown was released, and Jackie Brown is an homage to the 1970s era of Hollywood blaxploitation films. And this movie stars Pam Grier, Samuel L. Jackson, Michael Keaton, I think Robert Forster, Robert De Niro, and Bridget Fonda. And it's a crime film. Yeah, I have to say this is probably my least favorite Tarantino. as Tarantino considers Kill Bill Volumes 1 and 2 to be one movie. This movie is about revenge, and our main character, Beatrix Kiddo, also known as the Bride. She wants revenge on Bill, and Bill is the leader of a group of assassins, and those assassins tried to murder the bride and her unborn baby. And this is it's a martial arts film, so it's very stylized in the way it uses violence, of course, and I especially like the fight scenes against the Yakuza in Tokyo. Actually, it's been a while since I watched Kill Bill, so it could be that every fight scene is against the Yakuza in Tokyo, but I wouldn't know. This one, Death Proof, it was the last Tarantino that I watched, and it was released in 2007, and it's a slasher, which is interesting because I think it's the only slasher Tarantino's done. And it stars Kurt Russell, and Kurt Russell plays Stuntman Mike. Stuntman Mike goes around in his car, which he calls Death Proof, and he kills people with his car. So that's what makes it a slasher. I think what was especially interesting about this movie is the way that, without giving away too much, is the way that it was possible to introduce new characters halfway throughout the movie. Halfway through. And yeah, I just thought that was pretty interesting. Now that reminds me, something I wanted to say about the non-linear storytelling in Pulp Fiction. Again, without giving away too much, I really liked the way that one of the let's say a character was shown dying halfway through the movie, but was still present in later scenes, which is kind of it's pretty surreal, because you'd expect a character to be dead once they're dead, but the fact is it's not linear, so anything can happen. Now this is my favorite Tarantino, Django Unchained, and it's a revisionist western. Let's see what else I've written here. Yeah, it was released in 2012. Actually, I wanted to do these in order of release date, so this actually comes first. Inglourious Bastards. Just pretend I didn't mention Django Unchained yet. So, Inglourious Bastards, released in 2009. It's a black comedy war film, and it essentially shows an alternate history of World War II, where the Nazi leadership gathers in a cinema in Paris to watch a movie bastards, among them their leader Lieutenant Aldo Rain, Hugo Stieglitz, and the Bear Jew. I think that's the Bear Jew. And they are notorious for scalping Nazis. And another person who has I'm sorry, I'm hungry. This is Shoshana, and Shoshana's family was killed by the Nazis, well, especially by this man here, when she was younger, and now she's seeking revenge. Again, revenge is a very important theme in lots of Tarantino's movies. So, exactly, this man, Colonel Hans Lander of the SS. Oh my gosh, I am hungry. Wow, okay. Portrayed by Christoph Waltz, one of my favorite actors ever. That was an amazing performance, and he was even nominated for an Oscar, and he won Oscar for Best Supporting Actor. And anything else I wanted to say about this movie? No, that was it. But here he is again, Christoph Waltz, in Django Unchained, and this time not playing a Nazi but a bounty hunter in the southern of what is today the USA. And he is a bounty hunter who frees the slave Django. So Django is a free man, and Django and the bounty hunter Dr. King Schultz, they go and do some bounty hunting together, with the end goal of retrieving Django's wife, Bromhilde von Schaft. Because they were separated. And the thing is, Django's wife, Bromhilde, is being held in Candyland. This here is Calvin Candy. He likes to think of himself as Monsieur Candy. And even though he doesn't speak a word of French, but I think he's a really great villain in this movie. Leonardo DiCaprio, he did a good performance here, and so did Jamie Foxx and Kerry Washington, who played Django's wife, and Samuel L. Jackson, who played the head house slave in Calvin Candy's house. Yeah. This was actually the first Tarantino movie that I saw, and it was very captivating to me, and especially the style of violence that Tarantino used, and I loved the sound design in this movie, and I think I knew immediately after watching this movie that I had to see other movies by this director as well. But to me, this is still my favourite. And one scene that especially sticks out to me is the one where I think it's relatively early on in the movie, where Dr. King Schultz shows Django for the first time out what the bounty hunting business is really like, as they walk into a saloon, and they end up killing I think it was not the sheriff, I forgot what it is, either the sheriff or something else, but who was actually an outlaw named Willard Peck. And that was when Django learned that Dr. King Schultz means business. I also love the music in this movie, and the fact that Django and Dr. King Schultz both have their own themes. Yeah. So, other two movies by Tarantino that I'm missing, namely The Hateful Eight and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. But I prefer to buy DVDs secondhand, and I have not found them yet. Yeah, I suppose that's it. I want to try one more thing though, which is close all of the DVD boxes at the same time, which might be a little loud, so if you don't want to hear that, you should probably leave now. I hope this sounds good. Actually, I think I was too harsh the first time I watched Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I was way too harsh because I just didn't understand anything about what the hell the movie was about, and only later did I realise it's also a rewriting of history, and I now appreciate that movie more. Okay, let's see if this sounds good. Okay, that was a bit disappointing, and I'm still hungry because I haven't eaten anything, so I might go and eat something now. And if you've never seen a Quentin Tarantino movie, I would recommend starting with Reservoir Dogs because it introduces you to his typical non-linear storytelling, his dialogue-focused storytelling, his use of violence and music, and quite a contrasting use of violence and music to make a really effective torture scene in Reservoir Dogs, which is quite famous. And what else can I say? Yeah, I mean, it's his first movie, so what better place to start than his first movie? Alright. See you soon.